peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas
and a bong.
All right, y'all. Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And fresh off my 35th spin of that Clips album, it's your boy Bong, man.
Only 35 spins?
35 spins front to back. Cocaine rap is back.
That's not enough.
Hey, that shit is dope.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's an old school, old style rollout.
Yeah.
Which people have moved away from. Scotty boy, what'd you bet? What'd you bet on, man?
You ain't betting on Summer League, are you?
No, he bet on us. Like who would be? That's what it sounded like. He said, "Damn, all three on, and they 7 minutes late. My parlay is cooked."
Scotty boy, damn.
Oh shit. No, but yeah, real shit, Bong. Definitely worth spinning. So, yeah, real shit, Bong. Who got the audio in the back?
Hold on, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we getting feedback, I think, from your computer.
Are you listening to it somewhere else?
Let's see. He said under 2.5
on the show,
and under 5 minutes late. Sorry, Scotty boy. Yeah, man, we hear y'all. We gonna definitely be trying to stick to the times, man. So
yeah,
appreciate y'all bearing with us. It was about 6-7 minutes today. So apologize for that, but we gonna make it happen.
Absolutely.
And as engineer would say,
my camera on my laptop froze.
We still see you.
Yeah, we can still see you.
My camera on my laptop froze, so I can't see y'all. Let me try and work this shit out.
Hey,
real
man,
quick.
we can see you.
Let me mute for a second. That's weird. I see. I'm looking for my phone, so I see I'm still rolling, but y'all frozen on my laptop. So I'm gonna mute for a second and try and work my shit out.
Can you hear us, Bong?
Maybe not.
Yeah, yeah.
Engineer said Bong's camera, a Caitlin Clark agent. Oh shit.
Man, it's only been a week, man, but it feels like it's been a long time because we were going multiple times at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize to the people listening right now because I haven't been in the Discord and in some time. I got to get back in there and get busy.
Yeah, speaking of that though, Al Sucks and Mock Drafts dropped the news, at least to the Discord, about the Garrett Wilson deal. So Garrett Wilson has a $130 million extension and $90 million guaranteed. First time in NFL history that a receiver has received an average of over 31 million after playing only 3 seasons. What do y'all think this will do, if anything, to the wide receiver market?
Take it up.
Bong, we can't hear you.
My bad, I was still on mute. But and not to cut you off, KP, but the New York Jets had to pay to get the stink of Aaron Rodgers. No. They had to pay to get the stink of Aaron Rodgers off the franchise. Garrett Wilson felt like he
Not
didn't
just
know.
Aaron Rodgers, but keep going because he brought somebody in with him.
No. He's the root.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers still the root. I don't give a fuck where the branches go and where the leaves go. They had to pay Garrett Wilson to get the stench of Aaron Rodgers off the franchise. Remember Garrett Wilson, when they were asking him, did he think he was gonna be back?
Mm-hmm.
He said he didn't know when Aaron Rodgers was there. Aaron Rodgers took the fun out of football for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm so concerned as to what Mike Tomlin is seeing in Aaron Rodgers, that he wants to hitch his wagon to Aaron Rodgers. And I just feel like he's in his Bill Belichick later years in New England phase right now. It's like you're out of touch with reality, to hit your wagons to Aaron Rodgers, who basically dragged down a franchise that was actually trying to win in the New York Jets. They put a lot of pieces around and they had a really stellar defense. This motherfucker couldn't win games when the defense held teams to 10 points.
Mm-hmm. And brought in his boy, Devontae Adams. I know that's what you were, one of the things you were alluding to, KP.
Absolutely.
KP, you have a wide receiver room with Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson, and you got Breece Hall, and his Breece Hall's backup was nice. You got all those skilled players, and there's games where you can't get 10 points. God.
Yeah.
That's why they had to pay Garrett Wilson. He's not going to. It's not a trend that's going to that you're going to see continue. Like, they owed him that because the way they did him as a franchise player or an up and coming or a future franchise player was dirty as hell. Fucking with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, shit. Look, you got Alflux in mock draft saying McLaurin apparently asking for 35. 35.
That's what I'm saying. The receiver dollars are going up, man.
Ain't gonna get it.
If you're gonna pay quarterbacks, it's a passing league. You have to pay receivers.
Ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna get it. I'm telling you, McLaurin. We appreciate everything you stood for with the Commanders or the Redskins, whatever you want to call them. Right? You were there.
Redskins.
You were there. It was the best. It was the worst. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Right? You was there for the best of times, the worst of times. You played with shitty quarterbacks. I remember a season.
It wasn't the best of times, brother.
Listen, I remember a season. I remember a season where he's trying to keep his 1,000-yard a season streak alive. They are out of the playoffs. Last game of the season. Cowboys, I think, we're trying to get to win the division or something. That was the year that we end up losing to San Francisco in the. I think we lost to San Francisco in the first round, but it was like one of those 12-win seasons. McLaurin's on the field late in the game. Cowboys whipping their ass. They up 35 to 9 or 10. It was like an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
McLaurin's still in the game so that he can get to 1,001 yards. Brother, we not paying you $35 million unless you can get to 1,200, 1,300 yards with scrubs, right? CD Lamb, nigga done played 30% of his games with backups. That nigga's hitting 12s, 13s every year. Justin Jefferson has played with a carousel of quarterbacks. That nigga's hitting 16, 15s, and 16s.
Bong.
McLaurin's not getting 35.
I don't think it's about I don't think it's about being an elite receiver. Just look at the market. Like he is the best receiver for the Washington football team. Now I'm going to throw another name out there. And
the Redskins.
You've got this second-year quarterback that is up and coming, that is the face of the franchise. Now is a time. This is a power play. I think it's smart for him to put that kind of demand on the franchise to do this.
Well, I mean, when I asked y'all what y'all thought about what it would do to the receiver market, you know, they're talking about first in history, but the highest paid receiver other than that was a non-quarterback was Chase, right?
Yeah.
And he got like 160, something like that. And he had a high guarantee, over 100 million guaranteed. So I guess one question would be in the chat. Y'all could respond to this too. Is like Chase would be considered top tier, obviously. Who else would you throw in Chase's group? And then would you say like I don't know, McLaurin second tier? Is Garrett Wilson second tier?
Yes.
Okay, so Garrett Wilson second tier. Is McLaurin also second tier? Because if he is, then do you see him in the 30 million range or sniffing something like that if this is what's happening with the market?
So go ahead, KP.
Oh no, I would say that he is in the second tier range. I think that they're both in the second tier range of wide receivers, elite wide receivers. I'm not even gonna say elite wide receivers. I'm gonna say really good wide receivers in the NFL.
Third tier.
You said
who's third tier? McLaurin?
Both.
And Wilson?
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
So we could say third, fourth, maybe. I mean, what has Wilson done?
I mean, the fact that he commanded this much money, though, as a fourth tier receiver.
I just told you why.
No, I know, but even though you're saying that that's the reason, that's still setting a market value for all the other receivers.
So
now.
Here's what Garrett Wilson has done: 2022, 83 receptions, 1,103 yards. 2023, 95 receptions, 1,042. 2024, 101 receptions and 1,104 yards.
So he's went over 1,000 yards in 3 seasons.
Touchdowns are lacking, but 7 last year, 3 the year before.
Last year.
So give me that's a 3-year sample size, right? So he's he's averaging about 1,050, 1,060 yards or 1,070 yards a season over 17 games.
His first 3 seasons, though. 3-year sample size. This is his first 3, though.
Correct. I understand.
Yeah, so he's just jumping in the game, 1,000.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Can you give me Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase?
Though.
But what I'm saying is,
Kevin,
you're saying
that's a top tier guy. I'm saying he's a second tier.
Right, but you're saying that this guy's commanding that kind of money. And what I'm saying is,
I'm saying he's changed the market because he's not a top tier wide receiver.
Justin Jefferson, first year 1,488 receptions, second year 1,616, 108 receptions, third year 1,809 yards, 128 receptions. In 2023, 1,074 yards, 68 receptions. 2024, and I think he got hurt that year. 2024, 103 receptions, 1,533 yards.
Yeah, that's the top of the food chain, right?
Yes.
I would say, and I know CD had a down first year because I think he may have come in when I think Dak might have been hurt his rookie year.
CeeDee Lamb, first year, 74 receptions, 935 yards. 2021, 79 receptions, 1,102 yards. 2022, 107 receptions, 1,359 yards. 2023, 135 receptions, 1,749 yards. Last year, 101 receptions, 1,194 yards.
And he played a majority of that season with Cooper Rush. So, again, I'm saying, Garrett Wilson, kudos to you for getting your money, right? You deserve that, especially the way you were handled by New York, because New York foolishly, because they're a bad run franchise, handed the keys over to a guy that should not be. I don't want Aaron Rodgers running my franchise. This nigga's not stable. He's off his rocker a little bit. I don't need you running my franchise, bro. I need you to come and take orders and do what we tell you to do. You cleared the deck. The only good thing y'all had going for you was the defense. Y'all tell the head coach that is in charge of the only good thing y'all got rolling. Y'all told him, we don't even want you to look at the offensive side of the ball. That's Aaron Rodgers to manage. He said, that's fine. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, we'll hold teams to 10 points a game. Can you get us wins?
But
No.
Bong. But you got, so look, Scotty Boy is saying Wilson putting those numbers up without a competent QB. Kind of speaks to the point you were saying that KP was also trying to highlight. And then they're also saying, engineer says Justin Jefferson is on a historic track, though. Al Sucks and Mock Drafts follows that up. Justin Jefferson is a tier above the rest. I think he separated himself a pretty good margin. So sounds like the chat is feeling like that's kind of an unfair comparison in terms of bringing.
So give me a Jamar Chase, DP.
Okay.
Like, let's bring somebody else into the chat, because eventually I really want to get to Terry McLaurin's numbers so that we can.
But Jamar Chase is a top tier receiver as well.
Chase, first year, 2021, it was 81 receptions, 1,455. Second year, 87 receptions, 1,046 yards. Third year, 100 receptions, 1,216 yards. Last year, 127 receptions, 1,708 yards.
Do you see the difference between and Garrett Wilson is getting 100-yard receptions? I think all of his years outside of one that you mentioned, I believe, was 100 plus yards, and he's 1,000. Like, it's levels to it. No disrespect to him. I'm telling you that New York had to right their wrongs, because you had a guy that was on a great trajectory with Zach Wilson throwing him the ball. Give him competent quarterback play, and he could very well be on his way. But we don't know.
And he was actually under 100 receptions for the first two. Last year, he had over 100.
Bong, I agree with what you're saying in terms of the way that New York is compensating him. I get that. But when you put the numbers out there, and that's the new contract for this wide receiver, the other receivers aren't looking at it like New York was righting their wrong. They're looking at it like, man, he got paid this much. I got to get paid.
So,
and we already know, and again, we haven't had a chance to really dissect it. It's not being discussed by the major networks. We know why. They're in bed with the NFL. The NFL owners will collude so that anytime you see an outlier contract, especially when it's not deserved, we won't chase the trend. We will tell every team in the NFL, we will tell the Atlanta Falcons, go against your own success. Go against your own projection for success and say, I'm going to play Desmond Ridder and I'm not going to inquire. I don't even want to ask about Lamar Jackson, because I'm okay with Desmond Ridder for the benefit of the NFL. So what I'm saying is, if he hasn't earned it, like let's say he came out and he had a historic run like Justin Jefferson, or he hadn't put up numbers like Jamar Chase in his first 3 years, and they offer him something like this, nobody bats an eye. What I'm saying is he's still fair or unfair. He's still, we don't know, he has potential, but has he done it? And who cares who the quarterback is? Because this year you have another. If he doesn't do well this year, you'll have another excuse because who's your quarterback this year?
Okay.
He's done good every year, though.
No. What I'm saying is, no, it's not. It's not 14. It's not. He don't got no. In 3 years, he ain't got a 1300, a 14, a 15.
Let me throw
It's
this
not
out
no
there.
more.
Let me throw this out there. Before we go further down the line, I think we should account for this though. So these are the receivers that are 30 million a year and up. Currently, Brandon Ayuk, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
Primarily top tier receivers.
Sniffing that rim right under there, pause. T. Higgins, 28.7. Waddle, 28.2. DJ Moore, 27.5. Then it drops down to 25 million, and that's Devontae Smith.
I put Garrett Wilson on a DJ Moore level.
DJ Moore is nice.
And DJ Moore has never had a quarterback.
Okay, but what do you say? You just said Aaron Rodgers was a shell of himself and right, wasn't getting busy.
What I'm saying is, fair or unfair, Garrett Wilson is unproven. 1,000 yards. I told you I saw the Washington Commanders manufacture 1,000-yard season for Terry McLaurin, where he was playing in week 18 in a game that was meaningless just to creep over 900 and get 1,000 yards. So like 1,000 yards, if you parse it out over 17 games, it's not like where it used to be where like, hey, now, if you're getting 1,000 yards, you're getting about, 18, you're getting 70, 80 yards. Now you got to average, 60 yards, 64 yards a game or something like that.
So McLaurin is unproven, or Wilson is unproven also? Or
Wilson is unproven. Wilson is unproven. Is what? McLaurin is a lower level wide receiver. Not lower level, but he's not a top tier wide receiver. Your situation, your circumstances are your circumstances. Nobody cares that Jalen Hurts only threw 18 touchdowns last year. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a Super Bowl MVP, even though he was like 20th ranked in yards and really low on how many touchdowns he was asked to throw and what he was asked to do. If you ask a lot of execs in the NFL, whether he was on a stacked roster or not, he's a Super Bowl MVP. He's a top 5 quarterback. Your situation is your situation. Terry McLaurin, we apologize to you that you went to the Washington football team. But now what he's doing is, hey, man, I finally got a quarterback. I finally feel like I have a little bit of leverage, and I know that my window is closing. So I want to strike while the iron is hot. I'm not mad at him for doing that. What I'm saying is the Washington Commanders, who seem to be under new ownership, shrewd business, with shrewd business acumen, they would be smart to not pay him $35 million a year. He's not worth $35 million a year.
Scotty Boy says, I'm confused. What's the difference of them feeding McLaurin to get 1,000 when Dak forces the ball to CeeDee Lamb? He says CeeDee Lame on every play.
The difference.
Watch your mouth, Scotty Boy.
The difference is when Dak forced the ball to CeeDee Lamb on every play, he had no other options. And when he forced the ball to CeeDee Lamb on every play with no other options, he was second in MVP voting. He should have won MVP that year, and the Cowboys won 12 games. And they made it to the playoffs, right? Like Terry McLaurin's been forced the ball plenty, that it hasn't led to winning seasons. The season I'm talking about where he got force fed the ball in the last game of the season, they were out of the playoffs. It was a meaningless game. He was just stat stuffing. He could have sat his ass out for that whole game, but they wanted to get him 1,000 yards. Similar to Mike Evans, but I have no beef with Mike Evans because Mike Evans has been doing it for so long, and he's doing it while making the playoffs. So again, I'm not mad at Terry McLaurin for trying to get his bread. Try and get as much money as you can get out of this short lifespan you have in the NFL. But the Washington Commanders are not paying him $35 million. Bring your ass to camp.
This is the time to do it.
So McLaurin's numbers. First year, 58 receptions, 919 yards. Second year, 87 receptions, 1,118 yards. Third year, 1,053 yards on 77 receptions. Fourth year, 77 receptions again, 1,191 yards. Fifth year, 79 receptions, 1,002 yards.
That was the year.
Sixth year, 82 receptions, which was last year. 82 receptions, 1,096. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Missed the first season by less than 90.
Mickey quarterbacks.
Bruh, I don't care.
By 91 yards.
I don't care.
81 yards, I'm sorry.
It's the same way you're saying, like, hey, with Mickey quarterbacks, he was fed the ball to get to 1,002 yards, right? So if we're going to judge him, if we're going to say, hey, man, he's got 5 straight seasons of 1,000 yards.
13 touchdowns last year.
Great. But listen to his 1,000 yards in comparison to some of these other 1,000 yards, right? Like
that's comparable to Garrett Wilson, who just got 90 million. So that's why I'm asking.
Bong.
He's asking for 35, maybe not the 35, but what does it do to the market if we're saying Garrett Wilson is whatever tier you said, Bong? You said second tier,
Bong.
right? Or you said maybe even below that?
He's not. I think they're on the same tier, but they're just Garrett Wilson is projecting upward, and Terry McLaurin is giving you basically what he is. He's not going to have a 1,500-yard season or a 1,400-yard season all of a sudden. He's going to be about 1,000 to 1,100 yards. Go ahead, KP. You were about to ask me something.
So, do you celebrate Tomlin always having winning seasons with Pittsburgh and making it to the playoffs?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'll leave it alone then, since you do.
I do. But he's doing something. Again, he's doing something, and shame on you for trying to compare.
Garrett Wilson is my son is much younger.
I think it's one of those overrated stats that he's made it to the playoffs every year.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it's overrated because they haven't done anything in quite some time.
Nope.
And he's about to find himself on the hot seat real quick because making it to the playoffs and getting bounced is getting old. So I say all that to say this. Those players putting up those stats and making it to the playoffs doesn't matter. They're not winning the Super Bowl, man. They're not winning ultimately.
So
they're getting paid for something.
I'm just saying it's stats. But if you're going to talk about those stats, then you have to say that Terry McLaurin's stats are the same.
As whose?
And that he's done it for a longer period of time.
Just saying 1,000 in terms of all the other receivers getting 1,000 yards that are making it to the playoffs and getting bounced in round 1 or round 2. Doesn't matter. They're still getting bounced.
No, it's not the same. So first off, shame on you for trying to compare Terry McLaurin to Mike Tomlin. That's blasphemous. But I'll let it slide.
I don't think I was doing
Mike Tomlin.
I think I was comparing you celebrating the other receivers for making the playoffs and having 1,000-yard seasons to Mike Tomlin making it to the playoffs and then losing in the first round or the second round. That was the real comparison. And
Mike
I said,
Tomlin.
if you're
Mike
going to
Tomlin.
celebrate those, then and they're still not winning, then you still have to celebrate Terry McLaurin for getting 1,000 yards receiving yards.
Mike Tomlin is the only coach in NFL history to never have a losing season. Don't you dare put Terry McLaurin in the same realm or the same breath as Mike Tomlin. If you want to talk about
I still think you're hearing it the way you
hold
want
on,
to.
no, I'm hearing that you brought Mike Tomlin into a conversation about Terry McLaurin. They're not the same. If you want to talk about the Mike Tomlin of wide receivers, give me Mike Evans.
I think
it's the Mikes. Give me Mike Evans.
I think
then
he's trying to talk about or trying to get to what you celebrate, like what you think is worth being celebrated.
Yeah.
Like, is it if Mike Tomlin is worth being celebrated for continuously getting to the playoffs or having winning seasons but losing in the wild card round? Like, is that still worthy of, oh, he's never losing?
So
it's almost
because
like
he's saying okay, these receivers are getting 1,000 yards and they get to the playoffs and then they lose, because that's basically what you were saying also.
So here's what I'm saying about Mike Tomlin. What Mike Tomlin is doing, no other coach has ever done. Just let's put that into perspective. He's in a club that only he can get into. There's no other coach you can put next to Mike Tomlin, and he got a Super Bowl. When we talk about the playoffs, or we talk about winning a Super Bowl, KP, since I'll address you directly. In order to win a Super Bowl, what's the first thing you have to do?
You got to win games. You got to get to the playoffs.
Okay, there we go. So we got to get to the playoffs. What I'm saying is that to not have a losing season, and all those years that he didn't have losing seasons, he didn't go to the playoffs every year. That just means that he put his team in a position to be in the playoffs. There were years where Terry McLaurin and his 1,000 yards had no relevance on whether the Washington football team made it to the playoffs or did not. Right? He was just stat stuffing. You can say what you want about the Dallas Cowboys. You can say what you want about Dak Prescott. The first thing you have to be able to do in order to compete for a Super Bowl is make it to the playoffs. Dak has made it to the playoffs on multiple occasions.
And Tomlin has made it to the playoffs 4 of the last 5 years.
So if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, in the last 5 years, we
talked about that last time too.
In the last 5 years, you can put your hand up and say, "Hey, we have a chance. We know that we're at least going to get in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs." OBJ in the Super Bowl fucking popped his Achilles, right? Like anything can. You never know. Joe Burrow can go on a wild carpet ride, and he's literally living off of a Super Bowl run that he didn't even win, just off of just one great run. You know what I'm saying? The Rams can go on a run, and boom, now you have Matt Stafford being looked at differently just because they made a run by getting into the playoffs, and you never know what happens. Eli Manning, who doesn't even have a winning record as a quarterback, when he made it to the playoffs, that motherfucker won Super Bowls. So, like, the biggest thing about, and I think he's done it at a 9-17. The biggest thing about winning the Super Bowl is getting to the playoffs. So I'm just saying, please don't compare Mike Tomlin to Scary Terry or not so scary Terry.
I think, and
it was just a bad analogy.
Well, look. So Engineer also says, KP, your example would make sense if Terry was going up against Patrick Surtain and Stingley on a bi-weekly basis. That also talks about like the NFC. AFC North is stacked. Like it's a super tough division. But I think again, it's probably, I think you were talking surface level. KP,
absolutely. In terms just making the point. We're just talking about playoff. Like we're celebrating the playoffs and justifying these 1,000-yard seasons because they made the playoffs, which in essence is, to me, that's moving the goalposts.
So then my question so I was getting
My
to
bad.
this then is no, it's not your bad. I was getting to this then is like, so what would we say here in chat? Y'all could help me too with this. Bong KP in terms of a NFL wide receiver, what's a successful season, and what warrants, 30 mil a year or even 25 a year? What warrants top tier, second tier, third tier? What do we see as success then?
I still think the
All
bar is a
pros.
1,000-yard season.
All pros. Can you give me some all pros? Can you give me multiple Pro Bowls? Right? Like, that's when we start talking about separation, because as an all pro, first team, second team, you're doing something that not everybody in the league is doing.
Okay.
So how many all pros does Scary Terry have with his 1,000 yards with his 1,000-yard seasons?
I have no idea, but and you can't say Pro Bowl because once it gets deep into the playoffs, some of your best players step aside and other guys get in.
And that's why I'm saying all pros. All pros is the end all. Is that's where you separate the tiers, right? You talk about Tyreek Hill, and when he was at the top of his game, Tyreek Hill, he ain't complaining, but playing with Tua and Tua's injury history has zapped a lot of his value, because people look at Tyreek like he's no longer who he is because his quarterback situation. But we know what he is because he's been that.
Because he had Huntley throwing to him,
And he was the
throwing
oldest.
at his feet.
He's the oldest receiver in that top tier too. I think he's the only one in his 30s. Tyreek Hill.
And again, I don't know how we got on the how we I didn't want to run down this road of talking about Terry McLaurin. Perfect example. He's no different than your boy Jennings with the 49ers. Jennings with the 49ers just got paid, a year or two ago, and he outplayed his contract because of Brandon Ayuk's injury last year. And he's back at the table. And he said, give me more money because I have a little bit of leverage, or trade me because I think that my value is at its height right now, and I want to get paid. And I respect that, but if the 49ers are a really good franchise, they're probably not going to pay him, and they're not going to trade him. They're going to tell his disgruntled ass to show up for work. Remember what we talked about? KP with DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah.
We know you're going to come to work half dressed in the break room first thing in the morning, popping shit about who better not fuck with you today, who you gonna slap the shit out of if they saying one more word to you. Just make sure your ass get on the field and come to work and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, because of this salary cap and teams' unwillingness to do what the Eagles are doing, where they're like playing funny with the money, you're not going to be able to pay everybody. So McLaurin, it's probably in your best interest to bring your ass to camp, come out here and ball out, and then let's try and renegotiate maybe during the season, or like maybe during training camp. But you holding out is giving the team more of a reason to say, okay, we'll play chicken with you. You know what I'm saying? I respect what James Cook is doing. James Cook wants money with Buffalo. He's seen that they just paid Josh Allen. He like, I'm part of the machine too. But he brought his ass to camp.
He's at $23 million a year, by the way, right now.
Who?
McLaurin.
Yeah, I mean, he got paid good money on his last deal. You know what I'm saying? It's really about striking when the iron's hot, and that's why I get on the Cowboys a lot about how they negotiate contracts. You could have wrapped CeeDee Lamb up before the market took off. You could have got CeeDee Lamb in the 20-something millions, right?
So, Bong, one thing that you mentioned earlier was circumstance, though, right? Which is in terms of Garrett Wilson getting paid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Orlando Penner is saying, and shout out to Orlando back in the building, he says Terry needs to get paid. Debo's not reliable due to injuries. I believe he has 1 year left on his contract. Yes, I do think it's 1 year, Orlando. But does the circumstance warrant that for McLaurin in terms of what the Commanders are looking at, their roster and who they got?
Debo looking like Mike Allstott. Debo looking like Mike Allstott.
Hey, funny shit is I
He
just
got the
saw.
neck roll too,
Hey,
man.
Bong. Hey, I just saw an old Mike Allstott video. That motherfucker was so nice.
Yeah, he was
That it
blowing
was
motherfuckers over.
bulldozing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But I mean, does the circumstance there warrant the payment to him? If it did it in New York, is Washington looking at something maybe not similar because they have their QB, but looking at your wide receivers, injuries, potential, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So my thing is this: you got to look at the franchise. The franchise, let's say under Snyder, the old Washington owner, maybe they do overpay. I think new ownership has come in and they feel worst thing that could have happened was them getting to the NFC Championship game last year with a rookie quarterback, because now they feel like, okay, we can build around this rookie quarterback. And he's one of those quarterbacks that, what I tell you about the top three outside of Mahomes is Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And they're one of those, they're the type of quarterbacks that don't necessarily need a Tyreek Hill. They don't need a Jamar Chase. They don't need a Justin Jefferson, because they're so mobile. They use their legs a lot. They can go and give you 1,000 yards running and probably give you 3,000 yards for 3,500 yards passing and go win 12, 13 games. He's kind of slight, and he probably needs to put a little bit more weight on. But I think JD5, as he's affectionately known, you know what I'm saying, Jaden Daniels can go out there and do the same. And that's the reason why I think it suppresses McLaurin's value.
Well,
I like what Orlando Penner.
Penner,
Yeah, I like what Orlando Penner's saying.
Go ahead, KP.
I said I like what he's saying because this is what I'm saying. He's saying pay him now. Why up the chemistry while your quarterback is still on a rookie deal?
Yeah, and again, we're not talking about. No one's arguing not to pay Scary Terry. What I'm saying is he's not worth $35 million a year.
Where would you put him? Engineer says 27, and if my math is correct,
31.
Alflux in mock drafts is saying 31.
Not
So that's sniffing that $30 million range.
I'm not saying he's worth 35, but I'm saying that he could leverage it based on what's going on, based on his situation, based on him having a second-year quarterback and them wanting to come back and repeat what they did last year, and him being the top receiver. That's how he leverages it. It's not that in the same way you said it. It's not that Garrett Wilson is a top tier receiver, but based on everything that happened in New York, he leveraged it.
But
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say the funny shit is, who brought that shit up in the Discord about Jennings wanting to get more bread? We talking about 35 mil and all that kind of stuff. You know what he getting paid right now per year?
What, like 6 million?
Like 6.
And that was look, but check this out. And he was happy to sign that deal like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Bong, that's why I'm asking, like, if you sitting and then you start looking around and motherfuckers starting getting 30, 25, 30, all this money, and you getting 6?
Because at the time, you got to remember, at the time, he was probably like the 5th option.
Right, but
once
circumstance.
Yeah,
listen.
Yesterday's price.
What you just say?
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, he's probably not going to get more money with San Francisco. He's going to have to like, if I was Jennings, I will go out and show them this year, right? Ayuk isn't coming back right away. You still have Christian McCaffrey. Go show him this year. Now, if you ball out this year, Last year, you gave him a small sample size. You gave him maybe like 6 or 7 games where you really showed. I wouldn't even say that. Maybe 4 or 5 games where you really showed out. You can't come back to the table and say, "Hey, man, give me 20-something million off of these 5 games," but give me a season.
Right.
I mean,
Hey,
you
because
could.
hey, wait, listen, wait before you say that, KP. First year,
Come on.
24 receptions, 282 yards.
Okay.
Second year, 35 receptions, 416 yards.
Okay.
Third year, 19 receptions, 265 yards. Last year, 77 receptions, 975 yards.
And he had like a chunk of that was in like 4 or 5 games. Right. So he gave us a sample size, but you can't come back to the table and say, rework my contract. No, nigga. Fuck out of here. Give me a full seat. No, you
Look, even
okay. Let me take
Bong,
that back. Anybody can ask for anything.
yeah, that's what Bong. It doesn't have to be 30 million. He's making 6 million. Even if he gets to 12 million, that's a win. That's double the money.
But San Francisco is looking at him like, you're gonna have to show us you're worth 12 million. We can use that money to pay somebody else. We had to let some talent go because the money been funny over here. Right? Because we had to pay Purdy.
And look, you got Pearsall, still in his second year. He was injured, right?
He came on he played the last few games. Remember, it wasn't injury; he got shot.
I mean, yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Motherfucker trying to take his rollie up off him.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Pearsall. I'm glad you're all right, brother.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
motherfucker got shot, took the gun from the motherfucker, and then held him near to the police.
Some G shit. Hey, that's some superhero
that's some athlete
some John
shit.
Wick shit.
That's some athlete shit, man. Oh boy, probably had that shit. The old man from New Jack City had like.
Hey man, don't say it's some athlete shit, man.
You gonna use that shit?
Bong, don't say it's some athlete shit because we done heard a wide receivers messing around and shooting themselves.
Right.
So, nah, it's not somebody good.
So, but my bad.
This thing.
So I'd say Terry McLaurin, you can go get like I'm all for you getting your money, but what I think his
Scotty boy said Pearson and G.
Yeah, it's Pearsall, but yeah.
I mean Pearsall. Well, I'm saying it too. I just said Pearsall earlier, and I'm saying Pearson,
not Drew Pearson from the Dallas Cowboys. That's the Freudian slip right there, Scotty boy. But so hear me out. I think McLaurin is also trying to get his money before that sophomore slump kicks in, or before the NFL figures out your boy Cliff Kingsbury's system, right? They run a lot of that RPO shit.
You said who's trying to get his money? That
McLaurin is trying to get his money before that sophomore slump kicks in potentially. Yeah. For what I'm saying, I get it. I get where he's coming from, but to go and ask for 35 million when you have never put up more than 1,100 yards.
You could always scale back to Bong. You shoot high with negotiating. You say 35, and they're like, "We're not giving you 35," and then they come back with a number.
Yeah. But then I'm just saying, if you McLaurin, you could say, "Hey, we finally got stability at the QB spot from everybody else's account, media, team, coaches, fan, all that, right? Everybody is anointed Daniels as a superstar, the next big thing."
Yeah.
So that with that taken care of, he could also be like, "Hey, who else is Bong? You always say you need 2, right?
Yep.
I've been doing this every year consistently, and it's me. Get somebody else in the building, take some attention off of me."
They've been trying. Jahan Dotson.
Is it successful? I'm just saying. Get him a solid number 2. I mean, I'm just saying from his standpoint, those could be the arguments. But we've been on that for a minute. Let's move forward. Still sticking with the NFL, but not necessarily the actual game being played, but a player. Bong, you mentioned this in the Discord about Bridgewater, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy B.
So Bridgewater has been suspended. And I keep hearing some feedback. Maybe that's just my earphones. I'm hearing the echo. So he was the Miami Northwestern High School football coach. He led him to a state championship this past season. And I watched one of his interviews. I forgot what it was on. I think it might have been on the Pivot. I gotta go back and double check and make sure. But he was talking about, just kind of how he was prepping his team and in the preseason stuff that they were going through and all that. Like, he was really pouring into these young kids. And also spending his own bread, right? Spending his own bread on these kids, giving them some perks that have been deemed what was the word you used in the Discord, Bong?
What?
It wasn't permissible. That the whatever Bridgewater was doing isn't permissible in terms of what he's doing for the kids.
Yeah.
So there's been some people who spoke out, in favor of Bridgewater and in support of him.
Teddy B himself actually he spoke out about it. I think he hopped on Twitter. He posted something on Twitter or something like that where he spoke about the situation, saying that the what he was doing was he was providing assistance for the kids at this high school program at his old high school, right? He was doing it on a volunteer basis beforehand, where he was getting them Uber rides, you know what I'm saying, Uber rides to games and practices, getting them post game meals
and all that stuff. Yeah,
field, helping them with upkeeping the field, equipment, like all these things. Like,
that's bullshit, man.
So when he took the head coaching job, it was I don't know if it was his team or another team started complaining because they wanted to get him out of there. Yeah. So and because of that, that's where the suspension came in. So Teddy Bridgewater says, listen, I'm gonna do this shit regardless. If I have to do it from the stands and go back to a volunteer role and take a step back and not coach the team, but just be able to volunteer and still support my old high school and go and still do the financial stuff that I you know what I'm saying, that I can do, I'm gonna do that. It's just sad that it will come to that, because it's not like he's not doing no NIL shit.
Look, and the engineer says, meanwhile, Brett Favre, right? Like, shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. And this is, you got to think about this too. Like, this is where he played in high school, Bridgewater. So he could remember the days when he played and the shit that they didn't have and the shit that he wish he had, which is probably has a lot to do with why he's coming back trying to help these kids, right? I mean, this is like the epitome of like giving back, dog. Like, you've made it, you come back, you set an example on the field as a player. You've made it to the pinnacle. You're as a quarterback too. What people will say is the toughest position in sports. Most scrutinized for sure. And he made it at the highest level, NFL quarterback. Whether you want to say he wasn't as successful as you thought he should have been, whatever, he got there. So he's shown kids in his neighborhood, hey, I came from where you're at. I made it.
You can do it.
Not only that, I'm back. I'm back at the crib.
Yeah, and
I'm back to pull y'all up, to show y'all what I know, so I could try to groom y'all to get to where I've been.
Yeah.
Right. And he even said, and again, I'm gonna look at just to confirm what podcast it was, but during the interview that I keep thinking about, he even said, when he went back to play for the Lions, he was trying to show them that, look, I'm still gonna go back and do this because I'm gonna show y'all how it's done. Y'all done see me working out with y'all and doing all these things. Now I'm gonna show you I can still go back and make a roster. Like, I mean, what the fuck is wrong with this? What is wrong with what he's doing? Impermissible benefits is what it was, Bong, is what the tab was. But what the fuck is really impermissible these days? NIL and all of this shit and kids getting paid and all this kind of shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah. There's so many other things happening, man. Like people paying for housing and all that stuff. Look, like it's ridiculous, man. Heck, I'm gonna say it. I think the statute of limitations is up. Shit, when we came to California, we got a kickback. We was getting money in hand for my son to go to the school and play. It happens.
Yeah, it's the nature of the business.
It happens, man.
It's the nature of the business, man. But shout out to Teddy Two Gloves for trying to pour back into the community, and not only for trying to pour back into the community, but not letting this shit derail him from continuing to do it. He says, "I'm gonna still do this shit.
Right.
Like, there's no way y'all gonna stop me from doing this shit. I'm still gonna look out for the kids." And that's in a society where we talk about how graduates of HBCUs rarely give back, right? And how you have these the Harvards, the Yales, all the Ivy Leagues had these crazy endowments because everybody just pours back into the school. And HBCU, you have like these really, like the best of the best never come back. Like, it's just like, all right. So to see somebody that actually comes back to the grassroots level, no, I'm going to go back to high school because he went to Louisville.
Yeah.
So like, that's a PWI. So he's like, fuck it, I'll go back to my old high school and pour back into, pour back into the high school. It's good to see that, man. It's like something that, you hear a lot of the stories, a lot of the older stories from like the 70s and the 80s, back when Black kids couldn't get into PWIs, and how they had to settle for HBCUs, and how these coaches, these legendary coaches, the Eddie Robinsons and all the coaches at Southern and all these other schools were really, like, hey, recruiting these kids out of the ghetto to come play at these HBCUs, and how you have Hall of Famers from Mississippi Valley State and from Grambling and all this other shit, to see that shit, man, is like, in this day and age, it's a blessing, man. But it's like, damn, like, y'all really tried to knock that shit, knock this man off for doing something right for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
It is. It is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, straight bullshit.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And gotta call it what it is too.
Hey, man. But listen, we're about a week away from training camp. I'm starting to, all my little YouTube algorithms is kicking up dust. Motherfuckers can't wait. And you know what? Hey, you know the funny thing? You know why motherfuckers can't wait, man? Last year, bro, while we were waiting for the NFL season to kick off, the WNBA gave us something to give us. It was like it gave us a little bit of drama. It gave us a little bit of something to hold us over until training camp started and we could get our minds right on the real deal, what motherfuckers wanted. And this year, it ain't hitting the same. It ain't hitting the same. Scotty boy, my brother, please report to the front of the classroom. I need to know why I turn on Sports Center and I don't see the half-court shots.
The logo
coming from the WNBA.
You ain't seeing the logo, man?
Scotty boy.
I ain't seeing the logo shots. And the disrespectful part.
Look, he like, oh, here we go.
Hey, you said you saw it in the
Hey,
thumbnail.
hey, he
Hey.
said, hey, early on, look, hold up. Why is CC on the thumbnail? This got Bong written all over it.
Hey. Hey, man, and I've been holding back. I ain't really put all the little information and stuff in the Discord like I want to. But again, KP, and it's so crazy that KP hasn't really baptized this take, right? KP has been sitting here trying to sell us on the fact that Cooper Flagg is just a remixed 2025 version of Christian Laettner. And I'm here to tell you that Caitlin Clark is just a 2024 remixed female version of Christian Laettner.
What did I say about the Christian Laettner?
What about it?
I said that the NBA is going to put Cooper Flagg in a good situation so that he is not the main guy of a franchise. He's not carrying the franchise. He's able to come in, he's able to get acclimated, and as he continues to get older, then he will be better, which is what they did not do for Christian Laettner. Christian Laettner came into the league and was thrown straight into the fire. Cooper Flagg is coming in.
Well, he was put on the dream team, so motherfuckers was already looking like this.
But I mean, when he got to the league, I think he got drafted by
bitch ass mother.
And the Timberwolves were just god awful. But I'm saying Flagg is coming in. You've got Anthony Davis. You've got D'Angelo Russell. You've got Derek Lively. You've got pieces. He's got pieces around him where he doesn't have to be the guy, which is on the flip side, the same thing that they're doing with Caitlin Clark in terms of the way that they're stacking her team.
And she gets the credit. Again.
Oh, I just told somebody that I think Aaliyah Boston is their best.
They stacked the team, so I mean, she'll probably win some WNBA championships.
VVS.
VVS. Shout out to VVS.
Win some WNBA championships, and her career is not going to be a bust.
VVS
with the Dennis Rodman logo.
Welcome. I don't think you've been here before. Or if you have, you've been silent.
CC still playing winning ball while dealing with injuries.
No, she's not. I would challenge that, VVS. I think CC, as you affectionately call her, is in a winning situation with other players who are deemed. I think so. The WNBA just released their list of the top 25 WNBA players as of right now. I think
pissed off.
I think they had Caitlin Clark on there as 9. That's a reach. She's shooting, what is it? Like 29% from 3.
Yeah, 29. Yeah,
and I believe 33% from the field. And the reason,
it's in the 30s. Yeah,
the reason her field goal percentage is so low is because a majority of her shots are 3-pointers. She sold us. Okay. When they talk about your first impression means a lot, she made a hell of a first impression. So much so that she's playing. So you're shooting 29% from the field. No, 29% from the 3-point line. And Paige Beckers takes a deep 3 and hits it. And they're saying in game, these are the commentators in game saying from Caitlin Clark range.
Of course.
Caitlin Clark has not earned the right to have Caitlin Clark range. She had a few moments. And again, her popularity is carrying her more than her skill set is. She averages the most turnovers per game in the history of professional basketball, men or women. She is a turnstile on defense. Her body language is terrible when she doesn't get the ball so that she can jack up bad shots. Her team wins whether she plays or they're about the same whether she plays or she doesn't play. That lets you know that they are a pretty good team with or without her. Okay? Yeah. I'm just stating these are just the facts, but
what is her assist to turnover ratio? Is she like
8 or 9 assists and 6 turnovers?
Okay, so she's averaging 9 assists. So she's a 1.5 assists for every one turnover.
3-2. Yeah, 3-2.
Talk to me about it. Let me know if that's normal. Maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Somebody talk to me about it.
Well, VVS is following up, saying this team without CeCe couldn't beat the winless Sun, or the rookie Mystics.
We gotta stop doing this.
DeWanna Bonner, who was supposed to be on the team, quit.
We gotta stop doing this, people. When someone says something about Caitlin Clark, then people start talking about Angel Reese. Like, there are so many other women in the league that play the same position as Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese doesn't even play the same position as Caitlin Clark,
and
if still gets thrown in there.
And if we're being honest, I don't know if, again, your first impression goes a long way, because everybody wants to talk about Angel Reese, me bounds, whoops, this, that, and the third. Angel Reese just had another 20. She had what tonight against the number one team in the league. They lost. She had 22, 10, and 3 assists, right? Her 8th double-double in a row. Or 9th. I think it's her 9th double-double in a row. She is hitting her own record that she's trying to break her own record that she set last year.
As a rookie.
She currently has more double-doubles she has gotten more double-doubles than 97% of the WNBA in the history of the game. So she has more double-doubles than motherfuckers have double-doubles for their careers. 97% of these motherfuckers. At some point in time, and again, remember, I think KP, and I'm not trying to call you out, your comp for Angel Reese when she got into the league was Bo Outlaw.
It was.
Okay. Let me do this, because I think the me bound shit is always something that they talk about. This was before her 10 rebounds today. Angel Reese, coming into this game, had 255 rebounds. She would lead the league. She leads the league in rebounds at 255. If you take out her me bounds or her own putbacks, she would lead the league in rebounds with 228. Angel Reese, through 3 quarters of the game, would lead the league in rebounds with 182. Angel Reese, without offensive rebounds, would lead the league in rebounds at 176, and then comes Azura Stevens at 172. Stop fucking disrespecting this young lady like she wasn't the number 2 prospect behind Paige Beckers coming out of high school. Like she didn't take – nobody was talking about LSU when they won their championship like they was a stacked South Carolina team, and she led those motherfuckers to a national championship, and she came out and she was a 7th pick in a draft of teams that own – how many teams are in this damn league?
In the WNBA?
Yeah.
Shit.
I know they added some teams.
Well, they just added the Valkyrie.
So they got the Valkyrie, but they're adding a few more teams. They're adding, I think, one in Cleveland.
Yeah, but that's
down the line.
It's
12 teams?
13.
Oh, it's 13? My bad.
Okay. So to VVS, remember I said that that the WNBA did their top 25, including Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever have 3 players in the top 25.
And this is at their All-Star break, right?
Correct. This is
Okay.
they did a ranking of the top 25 players in the league. Angel Reese is the only top 25. They have her ranked at 18th. She's the only top 25 player on her team. And she's been deemed a role player, or whatever. But again, I think shout out to Caitlin Clark.
Your girl Paige Becker's made the top 15. They had her at 13.
Yeah, for sure. I think Paige is better than Caitlin Clark. Paige is better than Caitlin Clark. Motherfucker gonna have to sue me about that. She's a better ball player. I think Caitlin Clark created a better moment because Caitlin Clark, again, it's a supersonic. It's a Reese playing great, can't lie. She got to try to push for playoffs now. Absolutely. But the problem is the guard play is so suspect with the Chicago Sky that Angel Reese has been having to play point guard. She bringing the ball up the court half the game. Like, she has to play the point too. Like, they have suspect guard play. So again, respect to Caitlin Clark for pushing the league forward in popularity. But if we sit down and we really dissect her play, man, that shit is smoke and mirrors. Just my thoughts.
Oh, okay. Oscar Santana, appreciate you. From Mexico.
Okay.
Shout out to you, man. He says keep it up.
Okay.
Appreciate you tapping in with us, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Go on and subscribe, brother.
If you haven't already, we appreciate
you again.
it.
Yeah.
Indeed. And I'm gonna do one thing while I'm on my
is that Coahuila, Mexico? Give me a thumbs up if I pronounced that correctly, or if I thumbs down if I butchered it. Coahuila.
Hey, VVS.
Butchered it.
VVS. And I'm honestly, it seems like you may be a USCC fan, and shout out to you. No disrespect. I'm not even coming, from a disrespectful point of view. Caitlin Clark, what she's done for the league, maybe her game is better than she's showing right now. Maybe it's injuries. Maybe it's the pressure of being the face of a league, and something that she can't. Because again, Caitlin Clark strikes me as somebody that just wants to play basketball. I don't want the limelight. I don't want all the, you know what I'm saying?
She don't strike me as that.
What makes you think that?
Because she acts entitled when things don't go her way, the way that she talks to the officials.
Right. Yeah.
The way that she spazzes out on her team. Like that's entitlement, because it's like, I'm a star. I should have got this call.
That's because of the way that she's refereed. That's because of the way that everybody. You don't think she has ears? You don't think she hears all the talk around her? You don't think she hears everybody, like in Middle America, really propping her up and making her out to be the savior? That shit, she's human.
So and so are you, Bong. So are you, KP? Me too. Do you think that the people who criticize her for hitting the sophomore slump, which a lot of players do, or if that's what you want to call it, do you think that what she's doing now, you're criticizing it and scrutinizing her maybe more than you would another player because she's been anointed as the savior of some sorts of the WNBA?
I think she gets that. Yeah.
But I'm asking personally, Like, does your criticism of her
What?
come because does the criticism of her from you, Bong? Because I know you be on it. Is your
I don't. I
criticism
don't
of
really.
her?
I don't really criticize.
Hold up, hold up. Is your criticism of her, Bong, because you think she should be doing more? Like, is it a this is your queen type of deal? Is that where you coming from?
It's because I doubt there is true scrutiny. Like
Okay.
that's my issue. I think Angel Reese gets more scrutiny as the number 7 pick because she is opposite Caitlin Clark than Caitlin Clark gets
But
than Caitlin Clark gets for.
so let me try it again then. So the same way we say, they always bring up Angel Reese when you talk of Caitlin Clark, or Caitlin Clark when you talk Angel Reese. Separating Angel Reese from it. Your take on Caitlin Clark, I'm asking. Your take on
Yes.
Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Because you are scrutinizing. So there is some scrutiny there.
Absolutely. Somebody's got to do it.
Okay. So, okay.
Take Angel Reese aside.
Yeah,
Take
that's
her
what I'm
off the
saying.
table.
Angel Reese aside.
Take
That's
her
what I'm
off
trying
the
to get.
table.
Angel Reese aside.
Do you believe that in a basketball game, in year 2 of somebody's career, right? Okay, I'll give you an analogy. Do you think that Jaden Daniels having a year that he had as a rookie, that coming into his second year, they could talk about another, let's say Cam Ward, or name a quarterback, and say, "Woo, that's a Jaden Daniels throw." If Jaden Daniels comes into year 2 and the Washington Commanders are 2-4 and he's stinking the joint up, and they're like, "Hey man, that's a Jaden Daniels throw right there." What has Caitlin Clark done to have Paige Beckers take a shot, and they say that's from Caitlin Clark range when Caitlin Clark is shooting 29% from 3?
Because
what is her range?
It's the build up. It's what they trying to build the league up on, right?
Again,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you watching this game and that's what they're gonna do. I'm not saying that it's right, but where place is coming from. That's what they're trying to hang their hat on.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Asia Wilson cooking and killing, and it was just a travesty that she had no signature shoot.
Yeah.
If we talked about that last time. Like, she's hooping championships, MVPs, all these things.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's not talked about as like this is the face of the league. This is who's carrying the league.
Yes.
I mean,
so again, that's
what I'm saying. Like, that type of stuff, when you look at the whole thing, that's the type of stuff that makes me be like, man, what the fuck is this? But does that mean? But then I have to ask myself too, like, does that mean that Caitlin Clark don't have game? Like, does that mean that she? Do you know what I'm saying, KP? I'm just like, does that mean that she
got game? She's stinking right now, and she's not playing up to her potential, but she's got game. And I mean, with her,
does Bo Outlaw have game, KP?
Yeah, he's got game.
No, the female version of Bo Outlaw, does she have game?
Angel Reese is balling.
No, does she have game? Oh, she's balling, or she has game? Because I think she came out in the beginning of the season, and she wasn't playing up to par in the beginning of the season. She got ragged on across. Like, there's no way you can compare her. There's no way you can do this with her to Caitlin Clark.
Which is unfair.
I agree.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like, but that's the most shit that make me be like, what the fuck is this? That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, that type of shit make me look at the whole thing.
Look at Scotty
like,
Boy. Scotty Boy says Reese does not have game. Y'all lying now. Let me give you her last.
Look, she balling.
Scotty Boy, she has game. It may not look.
It
may not look pleasant to the eyes. It may not look aesthetically pleasing.
Scotty Boy says she
can
balling
play.
now.
her last 9 games, right? 10
What did she
points.
bring on her? What did she bring on herself, Scotty boy?
Now we get into the crux of the matter. Talk to me, Scotty
Yeah.
boy.
What
KP, I know you got. I know you got a dip. If you got a dip, KP,
what
we'll holla
I'm
at you.
gonna listen for a little while.
Okay, for sure.
what did she bring on herself, Scotty boy?
This.
I mean, that's come on.
I want to know. Now it's coaching.
It's funny. She lacks athletic ability and she don't even jump. Her layups.
Nanya was good with it. Was good with it. So let me give you Angel
Nanya?
Reese's stats for the last 9 games, right? 10 points, 19 rebounds, 4 assists. 18 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists. 17 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists. 24 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists. 16 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Tonight she had 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And
What was the outcome of tonight's game?
They lost. They lost to the number one seed. Again, she's basically the only bright spot on her team.
Right? Look at this motherfucker. Go ahead.
The woke community is good at deflecting and denying. Call it what you want. Don Sheed. Is it Don Sheed? Welcome. Hey, tap in with us, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, man, for more of our woke content, if that's what you call it. But I'm asking you, I'm saying that people are minimizing what she's doing now to like, hey, man, she's having a moment. Like she wasn't a 26 and 14, 15 in college, national champion, first team all, you know what I'm saying? Like a first team all SEC.
Nanya says even losers can put up stats and blowouts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bond, you know what you're doing, right? It was this whole NFL argument about empty stats because teams, the players aren't winning, they're not getting to the playoffs. She's balling, Angel Reese is, but it's essentially the same thing.
What is?
Her putting up these stats and her team not winning games, so they're not going to go to the playoffs.
Right. And that's, what does that have to do with the NFL argument?
Essentially,
empty stats.
Yeah, exactly. You're celebrating stats with no wins.
No, I'm not celebrating stats with no wins. So the previous game, they just played the damn Minnesota Lynx, who's the number 1 seed in the WNBA 3 times out of the last 4 games. They were competitive down towards the end. Until the end of 2 of the games, they won 1. Right? She was the show in all 3. Football and basketball are 2 totally different. They're 2 totally different sports. You cannot compare them because you have a lot less control in football. My only thing is, Terry McLaurin, if we're chasing 1,000 yards just to say that you have 1,000 yards, you're not worth $35 million. I'm not talking about her contract or what she's getting paid. I'm telling you that on
double doubles.
You said what?
Is she chasing double doubles?
KP,
they've been getting blown in some of these, good amount of these games.
But what I'm telling you is, if somebody puts up 24 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, how are you chasing?
That's one game, but I think she has a game with 10 rebounds, right?
So her last 3 games. So the first 6 games that I showed that I told you about, 19 rebounds, 17 rebounds, 18 rebounds, 16 rebounds, 17 rebounds, 15 rebounds. The last 3 was a 15-11, a 19-11, and a 22-10. Like this, how are you like she's basically trying there? Like, again, you can tell me that you don't watch the games, and I can say, okay, yeah, then you can say like, hey, she's chasing stats or whatever.
No, I'm still gonna say that the outcome is still that they're losing and they're getting blown out.
KP.
Yeah, they're getting blown out.
Yeah, so whether she does that or not, they're still getting blown out.
So if we're gonna correlate things, we're talking about you had a very strong argument about a Tracy McGrady, and how he was on terrible teams, and that's the reason why he couldn't make the playoffs and why he couldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs. Basketball is 5 people. If you have one good player, how many games can one player how many games can one player affect the winning outcome with four bad players alongside them?
That's a really loaded question. That's a difficult one to answer.
So you think
listen. The Sky collectively stink. 7-14 ain't a good record. It's early though in Angel Reese's career, and I think she's showing you that she can be one of the mainstay players in the league. Same thing goes on the other side for Caitlin Clark. It's early for both of them, but the facts
or what
into it. I think that it's unfair scrutiny on Angel Reese. And if like I say, if I'm being honest, I would bring a certain energy to it because I'm looking like, what the fuck are we scrutinizing her so tough for? But it's not done in other cases. Like, so I understand what Bong is saying, where, and I wouldn't say that there's no scrutiny for Caitlin Clark, because there's people out there that's talking about it, but they ain't doing it like they,
it's
like Angel Reese. But the thing is, and I'm just listening to y'all both, but when you start talking about it, Caitlin Clark, her squad is in the playoff hunt. They're a game above 500. They may even make it. You know what I'm saying? And Bong, like you said before, they'll have a chance because they'll get to the playoffs. And then Angel Reese, they won't have a chance because they ain't getting to the playoffs, right? So a lot of what y'all saying, it ties back into some shit that y'all said before. I see the correlations y'all trying to make with like arguments y'all made before. And I feel what both of y'all are saying. So I'm just trying to throw that out there and give some context to everything. Like, so I get it. But personally, I'm like, man, yeah, look at this shit. Like Angel Reese, like I think they should show her some more love. You know what I'm saying? I think she gets it's some unfair bullshit, but it is what it is. Hey, Chicago BBS. Sky, y'all need some help. Y'all need more than Angel Reese. Like,
and I'm gonna say this, BVS. Hey, I appreciate the way you ride for CC. She's missed half the games, so it's not like she's been affecting either the winning or the losing. I just told you they did a top 25 WNBA players, including her. They have three people from her team in that top 25. Like, people are, so if you guys are telling me that if you remove Boston and what's the other player that
shooter?
Mitchell, Kelsey, I think it's Mitchell.
Because I think
so if you remove those two from the team and it's just Caitlin Clark, she would have as good or better results than what she has now.
Nah, she'd have 14 turnovers.
And they would probably be have a worse record because they already started a rebuild before she got there. They improved their record as a team before she got there. So it's not like she came in and just she's coming in to save the day. It just looks good because she has the splash plays, but they have some substance behind her.
And that's why I brought that up, because then an argument will be, well, shit, they're in the hunt. They're a game above 500. Like, they gonna get to the playoffs. So why are you talking about Caitlin Clark? She averaging a dub, like, and they're a playoff team. Like, they'll throw out the highlight stuff. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, the turnovers. That's not a good thing as a PG. It's not a good thing as a basketball player. I don't care what position you play. But there are some things that she's doing that's worthy of some, shouting out. And there's some things that she's doing that's worthy of some criticism. I could say that about any player.
Yeah.
Anybody. Yeah. Doing anything. Like, motherfuckers, like, but they're these two are stars that are gonna And yes, I'm saying Angel Reese is a star for the motherfuckers who will try to say that she's not. She is a star. She is one of the stars who's gonna take this shit forward and lead the way for the WNBA going forward. So they are gonna get scrutinized. They are gonna be looked at. It's just some like there's a spin in the media on some shit, and they just spin it in Caitlin Clark's favor, and they spin it against Angel Reese, and it just happens, more often than not. Like that's just
So
a fact.
I think Angel Reese made the cover of the 2K26. She's the 2K26 WNBA athlete. She's been scrutinized for that because why? It should have been Caitlin Clark. Like, why is Angel Reese on the cover of this video game? It should have been Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin will get one.
I mean, but look at like, and I'm just saying, like when I say the media will spin it, like TMZ with their TMZ sports shit. What the fuck did they say? Angel made the cover, not Caitlin. Why do you have to even say that shit? Like,
so and
because
that's why
the story that they're trying to keep.
Yeah.
It's perpetual. That's all I'm saying. Like, so we know what's coming with the coverage of this shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. And it's again, for every person that scrutinizes Caitlin Clark, there's 100 people that scrutinize Angel Reese.
I agree with that.
So and that's for someone that's like a nobody. Peace out, KP. For somebody that's a nobody, man, I think that the media coverage, the negative media coverage, is ridiculous. Like, if they're a nobody, just pay them no mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's continue to celebrate. Let's continue to elevate Caitlin Clark, and just pay this other person no mind. But it's the fact that you have to tie them at the hip, and it's always bringing one down and elevating the other, and it's at a like the ratio is so crazy. Why I will always ride for Angel Reese. Like, I mean, I told I'm on record. Y'all can go back 2 years ago, or a year ago when they started. Or even when I think we might have been on when they was in college, and we talked about that when they squared off in college a few times. Where
Nunya's wild.
What Nunya say? I find the WNBA drama more interesting than
No,
baseball.
No. You got to go down.
Oh shit. Yeah, absolutely. And hey, Nunya, that's common knowledge for most. You know what I'm saying? But let me.
Facts, engineer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, let's be honest. The WNBA probably telling TMZ to lean into the CC and Reese and Reese thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, for sure. Again, at this point, it's just that the negativity sells, and I'm pretty sure that they play against each other in the All-Star game. I'm sure that they'll have they'll get into it, and maybe they're on board with leaning into it, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? But either way, man, I just wanted to say, Caitlin Clark, I hope for the league that your game turns around, right? Forget all the off the court stuff. I don't know if it's now defensively, that has nothing to do with pressure or whatever. You can't keep being a turnstile on defense. And for the love of life, stop flopping. She flops so much. I'm talking about she's gonna hurt herself. She's like Manu Ginobili out there. I'm talking about she's not even getting touched, and her body is going like she's doing like. I'm like, yo,
hey, the foul baiting, man. Unfortunately, that is that. When I was talking about mainstays, as far as players, flopping is a mainstay, dog. Foul baiting is the mainstay. That shit is everybody do that shit. NBA, WNBA, AAU.
I'm talking about to the extent that you weren't even touched and you flying halfway across the court. You don't do that. not as the face of the league. As the face of the league, come on, man. Stop. Scotty Boy, knock it off. He's talking about WNBA got an all-star game.
Wait.
And if
And
anybody
then he say
knows,
she low key look like
look like
Manu Ginobili.
if anybody
Oh,
knows
Scotty
about
Boy.
the WNBA All-Star game, it's Scotty Boy because you're gonna bet on that motherfucker. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, CC took Paige cookies 3 times yesterday. Yeah.
Hey, I mean that's gonna be the matchup to see over the next couple of years. I think Paige is in a similar situation to Angel Reese. She's on a bad team. That Dallas basketball team is terrible, and she's being asked to carry the load
Yeah,
for the entire
they're
team.
second to last.
Yeah, she's being asked to carry the load for an entire team, and hopefully help is on the way. But with Juju, with that injury for Juju, is she eligible
And
to come out?
that's who I'm hoping has a full recovery, because I think she can be the next big thing in the WNBA. Is she eligible? I believe. Yeah. I mean, listen, there's no, but we were talking about this. There's no reason for the college girls to go one and done, or to go two and done. Like even three, they might as well stay as long as they can, because they can get more bread and more money, like with the NIL and play and all of that kind of stuff. And then the March Madness, like March Madness is probably watched more than the WNBA.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So there's more incentive, I think, still at this point for somebody like Juju to stay in college and just hoop until her eligibility is up.
yep.
But
Yes, I mean we'll see, man.
yeah, Scotty Boy, she nice, man. Like, and I only hope that she has a full recovery, and that it doesn't slow her down.
Who
'Cause,
was it
yeah,
that was saying? I think it was KP that was saying that it's low impact. Her game is low, and she's not high flying, so like it shouldn't. But
who is high flying in
no, that's what I'm saying. That's
if
what I'm,
KP was right here and that's what he said, I would be like, dog,
no,
tell
no,
me he's
no,
high
no.
flying.
What he's saying is that the injury, you shouldn't see the effects because it's not like she's not like explosive to where
She's not
like
Russell Westbrook,
yeah,
like trying
exactly,
to.
exactly.
Okay.
It's not like it's zapping her athleticism or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still playing low to the ground, fast twitch. Does it fuck with her fast twitch muscles? You know what I'm
Look,
saying? Like
everybody like high flying.
none just said he ain't high flying. No,
Scotty Boy and engineer
no.
like high
No,
flying.
but that's basically what he's saying. It's because she's not,
Oh,
there's no athleticism she's not being robbed of, like she's not Vince Carter before the injury to where it's like, damn, like can she regain that? It's like, everything is low to the ground.
nah, yeah. Um, ooh, yeah, that injury, VVS, that was tough, man. That was tough. But again, I like Juju's game. I think she really has game. Um, it would have been interesting to see her, healthy, would SC have won the championship.
No, they were too reliant on her.
You think so?
Yeah, they were too reliant
Okay.
on her. I think her supporting cast, but she had her teammate got drafted, right? Damn, what the fuck is her name? Kiki.
Came over from, was it
Kiki didn't come from I think she had a Ethereum.
mm,
She didn't come from SC. No, she can't. I'm sorry. She was probably a Pac-12. She's probably a Pac-12 player. I don't know why the fuck I want to. I linked her to. I linked her to SC. But
no, but she had, I'm trying to look at the SC roster. before we get out of here. USC women's basketball.
Is you a paper chaser? Man, so either way, man, while he's looking that up, man, we are a week away from football training camp. It's all we got. And when we get to training camp, man, I gotta slow down. On a lot of my analysis because we will be running a fantasy football league. Please, if you are planning to rock out with the fantasy football league that we have, we'll probably put something in the chat so that we can gauge who all is interested and if we're gonna have to do maybe a 10 team or a 12 team. Yeah. So, it's fantasy football season is slowly but surely making it our way. I know, Scotty Boy, you were going to play.
Yeah, she came over from Stanford. That's what I thought. Kiki did.
Yeah, okay. I just knew it was Pac-12. I don't know why.
Yeah, she was at SC, but I'm saying she was.
She was at SC.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I think she came over from Stanford. She did. She transferred from Stanford to SC. And that's where she spent her. She was a grad student at SC. She spent her last year there, but she's with the Mystics now. So she did. She did get drafted.
Okay.
So yeah, but go ahead, man. My bad. I just saw it. I know you're talking about the fantasy league.
Yeah. So as we get closer, we'll definitely get that fantasy league rolling, and we'll probably do a live draft if we can get everybody on a stream at the same time. It'll be nice to do a draft, or even if we do the draft during one of the streams, if you can make it on the stream, cool. But we'll probably work it out to where you can still do it from your phone or something like that. So, but yeah, so we're gonna work on that. Football season's around the corner. VBS, man, if you haven't already, please. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Yeah. Please give us a follow.
Yeah, tap subscribe.
We do. Go ahead, DP.
No, I was just gonna say in VBS, like, shout out to you. Like earlier, you said, we could have our opinions. You can too. You know what I'm saying? We could talk that shit out, like, respectfully. As long as you saying some shit that makes sense, which I mean, you brought some cool points, man. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
It is what it is. It's all love and respect. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, yes.
Motherfuckers gonna disagree. Sometimes, you stick around long enough, you'll see me and this motherfucker Bong disagree.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Absolutely. and that shit is we've been doing that shit for years. So
right.
But it's all love at the end of the day. But man, I think we out. KP could have hung on for another 15 minutes, but I think he didn't know how long we was gonna be on here. Yeah, anyways, appreciate y'all. Yeah. Appreciate y'all fucking with us tonight. We'll be back. Man.
Listen, we trying to work out this schedule. And I see you motherfuckers in the Discord talking that shit.
Shit.
We
trying to parlays.
So Monday, just expect us on Mondays, 10:30. Meet me around here about 10:30.
About 10:30.
So Mondays 10:30. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the second day during the week. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get that together.
Yeah.
And as soon as we know, y'all will be the first ones to know after that. Okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I don't want to start something and be, we can't stick to it, and then y'all start looking at us like we bullshitting. So we trying to really make sure we on point with it. But Mondays, as you can see, we definitely been going on Mondays. We trying to figure out something as far as more frequency, but that's why the Discord is still there. So please utilize it.
Yes,
get in there. We could still communicate that way. And like I say, I told you guys, when you bring up some shit in the Discord, like Al Sucks at Mock Drafts with the contract talk and all those things, and then Bong introduced the that was the Garrett Wilson contract talk from Alf Sucks at Mock Drafts, and Bong, was talking about the Teddy Bridgewater shit. Like, there's a lot of stuff in that Discord that's worthy of some conversation pieces. So,
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'll figure it out, y'all. Just rock with your boys. Can y'all do that for us, please?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Either way, we'll holler.
We'll holler. 2 P's in a bong, y'all. We out.
We out.